Male reader is Rimuru in Highschool DXD by AndrsFernando1. Tempest is being attacked by an army of maples in their atrocity forms. But luckily a barrier was put in place in the country to prevent the maples going on a rampage, destroying Tempest and going after the citizens. Those who decided to fight back the Tempest executives and even the Black Numbers were taking down the maples. With the help of a mysterious person who call himself Raiden joins the fight, with the Tempest forces against the army of maples. Author. Raiden is the same person who first appeared at The Rising of the Shield Loli, who is a OC character that belongs to Neptunia 36. Two atrocity forms of maple facing off Raiden as they both open their mouth and fire beam at him. Thinking they got him, but he appear in front of them, then he grabbed both of their hands and slammed them together, knocking them both out unconscious. Raiden grabs the tails of the two unconscious atrocity forms of maple and throw them to the rest of the maples that got hit, and they all fall to the ground. Raiden was now above them and ready to fire an attack at them. Raiden. Be gone from this world. Arctic Void Dragon Roar. As the fight was going on, a yellow and pink blur pass everyone and killing some of the maples army. For those who have a good eye for seeing something fast, something that the humans cannot see with the naked eye. In closer inspection everyone soon realize it's Veldora and Milim, and from the looks of it, it seems like those two are competing with each other, killing as many maples as they can. Ariel, it's about time these two show up. And I thought they were gonna miss out killing whatever these creatures are. Veldora. Kuahahaha. I got 30 kills, Milim. Oh yeah, well I have 50 kills. Veldora. What? No fair. I'll get more kills than you, you'll see. Milim. We'll see about that, Uncle. Veldora. Kamehameha. Milim. Thundercross. Ariel. If those two are gonna be shouting out their special attacks, then I'm joining in. Morning Star. Raiden. Those two never change. I don't know who that other woman is, but she seems strong. Guess it's time for me to use my ultimate skill I inherit from my mother. It's time for y'all to freeze. God of Ice Cthulhu. In the mirror world, Neo Nerax was watching what everything is happening to the maples. He started to panic as things are not going at his favor. Neo Nerax. No, this cannot be happening. I wasn't expecting the subordinates of the slime to be this powerful. Not only that, those primordials Noir, Blanc, Violet and John are working alongside with the slime. This is a nightmare. Even with my new form I won't stand a chance with the primordials. How could this get any worse? Right on cue an explosion occurred that it destroy other experiments that were being contained in large tubes, and this made Neo Nerax freak out from the destruction around him. Neo Nerax. No. All the hard work, all the data Isis collect are being destroyed. Who is responsible for this? Show yourself, you mongrels. Looking at the smoke he heard laughter coming from it. But then he started hearing dramatic music started to play. 1. Ha ha ha. Prepare for trouble. 2. Ha ha ha, and make it double. 1. To protect the world from devastation. 2. To unite all people within our nation. 1. To denounce the evils of truth and love. 2. To extend our reach to the stars above. The smoke was started to clear away. Neo Nerax can finally see the culprits responsible from all this mess. Seeing blue and white, a slime and spider, but also a demon-like creature that the two small monsters are sitting on it as their ride of transportation. Kumoko. Kumoko. Rimuru. Rimuru. Kumoko. Team Gluttony, devours everything at the speed of light. Rimuru. Surrender now, or prepare for a bite. Maple. Maple. That's right. Neo Nerax didn't know what to say of this, but more importantly it's to why one of the maples he sent to kill Rimuru is letting him and Kumoko riding on its back. Pointing a finger at them, Neo Nerax demanded at the three for an answer. Neo Nerax, what is the meaning of this? Why are you with them? You should be killing them, not letting them ride on your back. Maple, I no longer serve you. I now have my own free will to do whatever I want. This was all thanks to my new friends, Rimuru and Kumoko. Turning his gaze on Kumoko and I with anger in his eyes as Neo Nerax shouted. Neo Nerax, what have you done to this maple clone that was supposed to kill you, slime? That's where I spoke to him in response. Rimuru, what I did to her is simply improve her, and she's no longer one of your pawns to do your bidding. Back when Rimuru and Kumoko launched themselves at Maple, she quickly changed back to her atrocity form to fight them off. She was being overwhelmed by them and Rimuru was about to use his skill to absorb her, but Seal suggested making her an ally instead by breaking whatever control that is placed upon her. Author: sorry fellow readers, I'm a bit too lazy to make more explaining, I just been down lately. Neo Neurax: so what, you may have free one Maple but there are still more of her out there and in this place. I could just order the remaining ones here and you will all be at my mercy. Melona: oh, that would not be necessary. Coming out from the whole Maple Maid, Melona walked casually while held Shinsha in her arms as she is in her slime form. Neo Neurax: so the traitor has finally reached her along with her abomination monster of a daughter as well. An aura of killing intent cover around Melona as she has a malicious grin. Melona: oh, you are so screwed. I'm going to enjoy killing you multiple times for calling my sweet adorable Shinsha a monster, you son of a bitch. Neo Neurax: huh. You won't be able giving the chance to kill me, I have a army. Melona: and we have Rimuru. Kumoko: don't forget about Kumoko. Maple: and Maple too. Neo Neurax: enough. You will all die here and now. He snapped his fingers expecting his army to show up right now, but they haven't came. He snapped his fingers a couple of times but they still haven't show up. Melona: hey, what's wrong? Were you expecting your little army to show up? Well, this is gonna be sad news for you, my sweet little Shinsha was kinda hungry, so she devour all of your army and there's not a single one left, well beside the one Rimuru riding on, but it's no longer working for you. That's where Neo Neurax couldn't take it anymore as he lashed out his anger at Melona by sending an attack at her. Neo Neurax: Dark Metal Claw. Using his robotic left arm to slash at Melona, but she managed to block it with her pink sword. She materialized. Shinsha, while still being in Melona's arms, decided to help by shooting Black Lightning at Neo Neurax's chest. Shinsha: Black Lightning. The Black Lightning hit directly at Neo Neurax as he got blown away, now laying on the ground. Melona: nice shot sweetie, that's my adorable little slime girl right there. Shinsha: hee Shinsha just wanted to help Mama out and Shinsha is happy, Mama is proud of Shinsha. Melona could only giggle at her as she softly patting her. Melona: now Mommy is gonna be ending this bad man quickly, so you will stay with your daddy for now. She tossed Shinsha to Rimuru as he caught her in time. Shinsha: wait Mama, I still wanna help. Melona turned her glance at Shinsha as she smiled at her. Melona: don't worry Shinsha, I'll be fine. She turned to the laydown body Neo Neurax as she ran to go for the kill. Neo Neurax quickly noticed Melona was coming towards him and he was not planning on letting her killing him. When Melona moved closer to him, he thrust his middle metal left right through her chest where her heart should be. Neo Neurax: haha, I got you now bitch. That response Neo Neurax got was the sound of laughter as that put him on edge. Melona: actually I'm the one who got you where I wanted you. The moment she said those words, her grin widened and her eyes shined bright. Before Neo Neurax could react, Melona exploded along with him. Shinsha: Mama. This made Shinsha very worried for Melona that she just self-destruct herself. As Shinsha thought Melona truly got, we all noticed someone was walking out of the smoke from the explosion and it was Melona, perfectly fine without injuries and without her clothes being damaged. Shinsha changed into her human form and ran hugging tightly on Melona as tears were falling out of her eyes. Shinsha: Mama, you idiot. You scared me, I thought you were really gone. Please don't scare Shinsha like that again. Looking at Shinsha crying really made Melona's heart ache, if she even has a heart. She did felt kinda bad making her daughter cry. She wiped out the tears from Shinsha and she had a look of sympathy in her eyes. Melona: Shinsha, I really am sorry I made you worry. I do fool others around at times because that's just who I am, but I didn't mean to make you sad and it does pains me to see you cry. So please don't cry Shinsha, you're a big girl and I promise I won't be doing something like that again. Unless I will tell you I'll be faking my death just to fool my opponents. Are you okay with that, sweetie? Wiping her tears away, Shinsha nodded her head in agreement. Meanwhile, Neo Neurax was really in a bad state. There was a fury of rage inside him that wanted to be released. He holds the same purple orb he used to get stronger and it was the very last one, and without hesitation he crushed it. Purple ooze cover around him as it burns to his body, but he was enduring the pain. We all noticed what was happening to Neo Neurax. His body melted and turned into a purple blob. It started to grow in size, then it formed two giant purple arms as the rest of the purple blob now took the shape of a demonic being, and it was the final form of Neo-Narax. Final boss Danorax. This new form of his was totally like a mix between Venom and Spawn, and he had a creepy laugh. And I could have swear when I hear him laughing he kinda sound like Stitch. Or is that just my imagination? Seal. The individual Neo-Narax has evolved into a devil lord, and he has lost all sanity of his self and now a mindless beast whose only desire is destruction and chaos. Hearing this new information he seems very troubled. Melona pushed Shinsha behind her for her protection while Danorax was laughing like he was going insane. I look at Kumoko, then at Maple, and it was time for us to not just sit back and watch and finally do something. Rimuru. Looks like it's time for us to step in. Kumoko. You're right about that, bro. What do you think, Maple? Maple. I was inching for a fight and I can't wait any longer. Let's take this guy down together. Rimuru. Well, you heard her. Let's not waste any more time and get this fight starting now. Now playing Nameless Story. There should be a GIF or video here. Update the app now to see it. Danorax moved closer to Melona and Shinsha and opened his large mouth, about to take a bite to the both of them, but he immediately got tackled to the ground. Looking to the one who's pinning him down was Maple as she was looking into his eyes, hissing at him, looking menacingly to make him fear her. This was sadly cut short for Maple as she receives a punch from one of Danorax's giant purple arms, and using his wings he flew back away from Maple while the same time laughing at her. This made Maple angry that she was getting laughed at. Maple, you jerk. You'll pay for that. Taste the fury of my atrocity flame. Maple blasted Danorax in the chest, sending him flying backwards by the hit he was received. Danorax widened his eyes as he screeched. He felt something was biting him. He looked at his left shoulder to see Kumoko was biting off a piece of a skin, and she then turned to look at his gaze. Kumoko, you taste awful. She spit of the piece of his skin to his right eye as Danorax as he hold his eye. Kumoko jumped out of him with a parachute made out of webs while hearing Danorax screaming in rage. Rimuru. Hey ugly, look over here. He turned to see Rimuru on his right shoulder, but in an instant he got shot in the side of his left eye by a water blade from Rimuru, as this really pissed off Danorax that as his left eye is completely damaged. Rimuru. Yo why mo. With those words he bounced off out of Danorax and began falling. He landed on the ground, same with Kumoko as they both change into their human forms and they gave each other a fist pump. Kumoko. We totally got him by surprise, didn't bro? Rimuru. We sure did. He's really pissed at us, especially me, cause I completely damaged his left eye, but it was totally worth it. We felt aura of killing intent and it belongs to Danorax as he was staring at us with full of rage. He launched those purple arms of his at us. Rimuru. Seal, take over. Seal. Understood. Rimuru's eyes turned red as Seal was now in control and she launched herself forward, dodging effortlessly. Avoiding the purple arms. She was now in front Danorax and he was about to grab her, but Seal draws Rimuru's blade, then covering it in black flames, and sliced Danorax's left arm off. Groaning in pain, Danorax, seeing the spot his arm was cut off had black flames on it. He didn't hesitate to cutting his arm off and waited for his arm to regenerate, but then Seal spoke up. Seal, it's useless. I made sure to nullify your regeneration of healing your body parts. So it's very unfortunate for you no longer heal and you are now in a disadvantage, but you always has been, when my master arrive here and you don't stand a chance. Hearing enough, Danorax opened his mouth to fire beam at Seal, but then he was constrained by Seal using sticky steel thread as she pulls him closer to his face, delivers a roundhouse kick at Danorax's jaw as he falls over to the ground. Kumoko. Nice kick Seal, you really knock him dead. Turning to look at Kumoko direction, Seal smiled and gave her a thumbs up. Her red eyes turned to golden as Rimuru back control of his body. Rimuru. You really done a number on him, Seal, I'm proud of you. Seal. Please praise me more. I like being praised by you. Rimuru. I'll praise you more later, but right now it's time to finish up the big guy. Danorax shook his head from getting kicked in the jaw. He looked up to see Rimuru and Kumoko were floating above him as they were staring him down with massive grins on their face. Kumoko. Welcome, sir. We've been expecting you. Rimuru. Ma chère mademoiselle, it is with deepest pride and greatest pleasure that we proudly present. Floating above the two was Maple in human form, but the only difference is that she has blonde hair with a halo on top of her head and 2 pairs of angel wings on her back. Rimuru Kumoko, your dinner. Maple. Hydra. The 3 Hydras shoot their poison attack straight towards Danorax, who widen and quickly react, moving out of the way and use the purple arms to break free from the sticky steel thread and tried to make an escape by flying away like a coward. Maple. He's getting away. Kumoko. Not on my watch. Kumoko raised her hand as she summoned her scythe and dashed towards Danorax. She moved at the speed of light, cutting his wings off with ease as Danorax falls back to the ground. He turned to Kumoko and hissed at her, then sent the purple arms at her. Kumoko. Oh no, you don't. Those extra arms of yours are gonna go. In a matter of seconds the purple arms were sliced off and disintegrated to purple particles. This wasn't looking well for Danorax as he quickly backed away from Rimuru, Kumoko and Maple, who are walking up to him, and he's afraid what would they do with him. Rimuru. You're finished. It's time to end this. You two wouldn't mind I have the final blow. Kumoko. Sure, go right ahead, brother. Maple. Yeah. Finish him off, Prime. They both give me the okay look. I turned to face Danorax. He had a look of fear, and this will be the last you'll see us. I begin preparing a new attack I came up with as my body shines light, which alarmed Danorax as he sensed the attack is powerful. Rimuru. Tempest Star Nova. The powerful wave attack went straight directly to Danorax as the attack was burning him, and screamed till his body cannot longer take it, is turned into dust, ending him completely. Rimuru. Well, that's that. Music end. Shinsha. Melona ran up to the 3 and they had a lot of amazement and awe from witnessing the fight. Shinsha. That was really cool. You 3 were amazing. Hey, can you teach me that move you just use? Rimuru. Sorry, but that attack takes too much energy to use and too dangerous if you used it, so that'd be a no. Shinsha. I wanna. Melona. Shinsha. Shinsha turns to her mother, who gave her a straight look. Melona. If your papa says no, he means no. So you better listen to him. Also Rimuru. Rimuru. Yeah, wah. He didn't get to finish as he suddenly got a surprise Melona, who pulled her lips against his into a kiss. They broke off the kiss as Rimuru still shocked while Melona grinned and licked her lips. Melona. I hope you will take responsibility to take me and Shinsha as a part of your family. Rimuru shook off his shock and sigh. Rimuru. Fine, I'll take you both in, but Tiamat is not going to like this, and I also had to explain this to Yusaka. Melona seems pleased to herself and Shinsha is happy being with her father. Rimuru. Alright, I know you're there, you can show yourself. Everyone look where Rimuru was looking at, and out came someone that happens to be the same person who helped everyone in Tempest fighting off the army of Maples. Raiden. So you knew I was here the whole time. As expected of you, no less you would know everything. Rimuru. I knew you were here when Neo Nurax went to his final form and you suddenly appeared, but you didn't have any bad intentions. Raiden. Well, I was just observing you to see if you were a threat or not, and it seems that you are no threat. Everyone back of your Tempest are safe and those creatures have already been taken care of, but it seems there is only one left. He looked at Maple as she hid behind me. Rimuru. You do not have to worry about her. She's different from the rest and she will be in my care. Raiden gave a nod. Raiden. Since everything's been taken care of, I'll be leaving now. I don't wanna worry Shuna for being gone too long. Rimuru. Hold on a second, you're Raiden, right? I just have a question for you. Why do you sense like a true dragon? He just looked at me and smiled. Raiden. Well, it's pretty obvious. He points a finger at me and said this. Raiden. I am your son. This brought everyone to shock, even I, but it really doesn't make any sense. How could this person in front of me be my son? Raiden. Ha ha ha. I was just kidding, I'm not really your son, but I am the son of another Rimuru from an alternate universe. I'm Raiden Tempest, son of Rimuru Tempest and the White Ice Dragon Velzard. This is farewell, and I hope you will not accidentally destroy the universe. Bye bye now. In the flash he was gone, leaving us with all this bombshell of a news. I really get tired of being surprised and decided to open a portal back to Tempest. Rimuru. Alright guys, let's get back to Tempest. Everyone is waiting for us, so let's not make them wait for us too long. One by one they all went to the portal and I was the last one who went through. As I went through, the portal of the mirror world was now closed. A lot has changed ever since the defeated Danorax, everything been peaceful. Issei achieve his dream of becoming harem king and marry the girls on the peerage except one, and that's Rosweiss. Apparently she had feelings for me ever since we first met, when I defending her from Odin and calling her a beautiful woman, which really moved her and developed these feelings for me. So she became one of my wives, making her as the 5th wife, and now she's currently pregnant with my child. Trihexa is now working in a company using her alias as Laplus Darkness, with Mori and Guru working in the same company they built together, and they call it Hololive. Falfa, Shalsha, Kuno, Kumo, Sakura, Taiga and even Shinsha all attend to Kuo Academy, including Searsex and Graphia's son Milikas. I have sent Diablo to keep an eye on Milikas. He may be a nice kid, but I don't want him to make moves to my daughters, my niece and the other girls as well. Right now I was in my office, finishing up some paperwork that needed to be filled out as it was really boring routine. Rimuru. Sign. Doing paperwork is such the worst. Seal. It is your responsibility finishing all these paperwork, master. And no, I won't help you doing all the paperwork this time, I really have done it plenty of times. Rimuru. What? No, I wasn't going to ask you to. Seal. Huh. Rimuru. Okay, I was going to ask you doing paperwork. Seal. HMPH. That's what I thought. Now my dear husband, get back doing your work, or else I have to remove master's reproductive organ so you will not be satisfying any other woman. My face went pale hearing Seal threat. Rimuru. Alright, just please don't do that, Seal. I'll get this paperwork done ASAP. Seal. Good. Now bark for me. Rimuru. Excuse me, what did you say, Seal? Seal. Nothing, I said nothing, it was just your imagination. Rimuru. Seal. Rimuru. Seal. Flushed Rimuru, smirk. I'm just going to pretend I did not hear what Seal said and go back what I was doing. As I continued doing paperwork, a knock on the door of my office was heard. Rimuru. Come in. The door burst open and I immediately regretted letting the ones in as I facepalm myself. Veldora Ramirez Milam. Hey Rimuru bestie. Rimuru. Sai, what do you guys want? In Milam, I told you many times to start breaking down the doors. I look at them, but something caught my surprise, and it was Veldora's new attire. Rimuru. Veldora with glasses? Now that's something you never see every day. Veldora. Rimuru my friend, we have an amazing news to tell you. Rimuru. Huh? What is so amazing you guys want to tell me? Did Ramirez finally grow some inches? Milam. Wahahaha. Like that's ever gonna happen. Ramirez. Shut up. And no, this is not about my size, this is something else. Rimuru. Okay, if it's not that, then what is it? Ramirez. Well, you're in for a surprise, cuz Master has published a book and everyone is interested about it, as it just already sold out when it was first released. Now this was a surprise to hear. Rimuru. Seriously? You actually published a book, Veldora? That's really impressive. Veldora. Kuahahaha. That's right, I finally published my first book and it is called The Adventures of the Four Besties, and it's based on you, Ramirez, Milam and yours truly, me. It took me a lot of brainpower and even using my ultimate skill, Lord of Chaos Nyarlathotep, to come up with many ideas for my stories. I am such a genius. Rimuru. Yeah, calling yourself a genius just by using your ultimate skill seems rather cheating if you ask me. Rimuru. Well, I am proud to hear you made your first book, Veldora. I'll probably read it when I get the chance. So is that all you guys want to talk to me? Milam. Yep. That's all, Noda. Catch you later, bestie. We'll tell Maple we said hi for you. Veldora. And don't forget to read my book. Promise me you'll read it. Rimuru. I will. They dash out of my office in a flash, leaving behind their dust trails when they ran out of here. I sighed to myself and got out of my chair. Fixing the door, Milam broke and put it back in place, then went back to my chair to continue doing my paperwork. As I was about to do the paperwork, I was interrupted by the door being knocked again. Rimuru. Oh, for crying out loud. If it's Milam again, and if she breaks the door a second time, I have no choice but to take away her desserts. Come in. The door opened as Tiamat came in and someone moved past her and jumped into my arms in a hugging embrace. Papa, 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 I miss you. I smile, seeing the one hugging me and calling me Papa is my second son, Rimumit, who looked like a spitting image of myself. Tiamat. Sorry darling, he really wanted to see you. Rimuru. It's all right, I'm almost done with the paperwork. Until I'm done I'll spend time with him. Rimumit. Papa, while you're done, can we go to the hot springs and see Sue? I wanna play with her. Rimuru, sure, I'll finish this quickly and we will go see her. I don't want my little man to wait to see his future girlfriend. This made Rimumat's cheeks turn red from embarrassment as Tiamat giggles seeing our youngest son having a crush on a girl. Sue is one of the slime girls he befriended in name, and the two are pretty close with each other. As soon as I was done with all the paperwork, I pick up my son up and put him in my shoulder. Then three of us left my office and walking down the streets of Tempest. Everyone who saw us all waved and greeted us with respect. On their way passing some stores, we saw two girls arguing over a boy. Girl 1, he's going on a date with me and I'm not letting you ruin this chance for me. Girl 2, oh please honey. He'll be better off going on a date with me and not being with a flat-chested Reaper cat. One of the females, who'd been called flat-chested and her cat features summon a scythe, pointed at it to the other female with spider features, who didn't look phased at this and just simply smile without a care in the world. Girl 1, I dare you to call me flat-chested again. I'll double dare you to say that in front of my face, you 6-eye, 8-legged spider bitch. Girl 2, ho ho ho, you really wanna go to my bad side, don't you furball? Girl 1, if it means kicking your spider ass, I'll consider it without hesitation NYA. Girl 2, then I'll probably have to punish you. A bad kitty like you needs a proper punishment to know their place. The boy who the two females were fighting over finally stepped in to stop the two. The boy, Corinne and Ragnara, please both of you calm down. If it will make you both feel better, I would go on a date with both of you. Just please don't cause a scene in front of everyone. I really want you both to get along and not trying to hurt each other. The two females, Corinne the daughter of Rin and Kuroka, and Ragnara the daughter of Arana, look at the boy they were fighting over, wearing an outfit similar to the one the original Rimuru wear, even having the katana and the anti-magic mask. Corinne, Ragnara, we're sorry Vel, please don't be mad at us. They both had their heads down but felt a hand of each of their heads being softly patted, which they find it pleased from this feeling. Vel gave them both a bright smile which made them both blush from his smile. Vel, I'm not mad at you both, but try to behave while we're in public, okay? Corinne, Ragnara, okay Vel Sanhoni. Rimuru, it seems you handled the situation pretty well, son. The three turn at our direction to see us. Vel, Dad, Mom, and hey little bro. Rimumat, hi big brother Vel. Tiamat rush at Vel and giving him a hug. Tiamat, ah my baby. You're growing up too fast and you're already going on a date with two girls. I'll probably be getting grandchildren soon. Vel's face was getting red and all embarrassed, while Corinne and Ragnara were feeling the same, steams coming out of their ears and covering their blushing face. Vel, Mom, please not in front of everyone, especially Corinne and Ragnara. Dad, can you please do something about her? Seeing the pleading look on my son's face, I walk up to Tiamat and grab her shoulder, getting her attention to turn looking at me. Rimuru, Tiamat my love, you're making our son embarrass in front of his lady friends and I think you need to give them some space. She look at Vel, who's still being embarrassed, and she lets go of him. Tiamat, I'm sorry Vel, I just couldn't resist my mothering instincts of how much I care for you. Vel, it's okay mama, I know you were just being so affectionate, but can you please tone it down a bit? Tiamat, sigh, fine if that's what you say so. By the way, when will I be having grandchildren? Vel, Mom, Tiamat, ha ha ha, I'm kidding, I know it's too early for you to have kids. Vel breathed out a heavy sigh as I was chuckling on seeing him keep on being teased by his mother. I then turned my attention on Corinne and Ragnara as they got their composure together. Rimuru, so how have you two been? Corinne, I'm doing well Lord Rimuru, thank you for asking. Ragnara, I'm fine as well Rimuru-sama. Rimuru, now you two, there's no need for formalities, I know you both since you were kids and you two are practically like family. Speaking of which, how's your parents doing? Corinne, both of my mother and father are doing well. My mother is taking care of my three sisters and my little brother while my father is helping her out along with Aunt Ruby and Aunt Kulpal. Ragnara, my mother is busy assisting Lady Kumoko as her secretary and I heard they are forming a relationship with the Lamia, centaurs, harpy and even the mermaids. Rimuru, oh yeah, I have heard about that. We were planning on making a friendly relationship with those different races so they can have a place to stay and a place where they can be welcome and not be discriminate. Well, it was nice chatting with you both, but Tiamat, Rimuru and I are going to the hot springs, so we'll leave you three alone on your date. Tiamat, Rimuru and I were about to leave, but then I said to Vel. Rimuru, by the way Vel, if you and your lady friends go down to business, I left something in your pocket without you noticing, just for emergency. I said, and left with my wife and youngest son. Vel checked his pockets as he felt something that were not there before, and when he took out what was in his pocket, his face was complete shock and red. What he pulled out was a box of condoms. As Corinne and Ragnara took notice what he was holding, the both were redder than before. Corinne's tail was wagging rapidly and Ragnara was having dirty thoughts of doing with Vel. Vel, what the hell, Dad? We kept on walking, ignoring the shouting from Vel, and at the same time I couldn't hold my laughter. We soon arrived at the hot springs, and when we entered there, the beautiful tall Yuki Onna that I put in charge as the general manager, Yukio, was on the counter as she greeted us. Yukio, welcome back Lord Rimuru, Lady Tiamat and Prince Rimuru. Rimuru, hi popsicle lady. This made Yukio chuckle from the sudden nickname. Tiamat, Rimuru, don't be rude calling people names. Yukio, it's quite alright Lady Tiamat, he calls me that often when he comes here to visit. I'm pretty much used to it and I kinda like the nickname he gives me. Rimuru. The four of us turned to see one of the slime girls that works here, looking happy to see Rimuru, who was also happy to see the slime girl who is also his friend. Rimuru. Sue. I put him down on the ground. He rushed towards Sue as they were giving each other a hug. Rimuru. I miss you. Sue. Sue miss you too. Let's hang out and have fun. Rimuru. Yeah, I like having fun with you, best friend. While me and Tiamat were happy seeing our son playing with his friend, I immediately felt someone was hugging me from behind. Daddy. Immediately hearing the voice, I recognize who it was. Turning behind to see the one hugging me is a girl with long blue hair like mine, but also having fox ears and a fox tail. I hug the little fox girl who's mine and Yusaka's daughter, Arashi. Rimuru. Hey Arashi, how's it going sweetheart? Arashi. I really miss seeing you Daddy. I saw you coming in the hot springs and I wanted to surprise you. Rimuru. Well, you did surprise me. And if you're here, that means your mother is here as well, so where is she? Arashi. Mama is in the private bath with Miss Rosweiss and Miss Malona and they're waiting for you to join them. Rimuru. So they are here as well. Well, I'll guess I'll be joining them. Tiamat. Hold on, if you go there I'll go with you. I can't leave you with those three alone, especially that Malona woman. Rimuru. Tiamat, we talked about this, I know you have a grudge against her, but she's one of my wives and tried to get along with her. Tiamat huffed under her breath, disliking the idea of getting along with Malona. I got a surprise when she grabbed my shirt and immediately dragged me away from the others. Tiamat. I won't be defeated by that woman and I will show her that I am the alpha of this harem and I am the one who loves you the most. Seal. So she claims herself as the alpha, but she does know that I am the first wife, which makes me as the true alpha. If she thinks she claims herself as the alpha, then she's dead wrong, cause I, the true alpha of this harem, am the one in control and does whatever with my master's body. Rimuru. I don't know if I should be worried about my wives or I should be worried about myself, since I'm in a predicament that I'm pretty much packed. Rimuru. Arashi, go play with your brother and Sue. And Yukio, please watch over the three, will you? Arashi. Okay Daddy. Yukio. Yes of course Lord Rimuru. Sue. Bye Slime Lord. Time skip brought to you by. I was sitting down relaxing from the private bath I'm in right now, enjoying the nice hot steam. I was not alone as I was surrounded with my 5 wives: Seal, Tiamat, Yusaka, Malona and Rosweiss, who are all enjoying from the hot steaming bath. Rosweiss leaned closer to me as her breasts were pushing against my chest, as this made me aroused from the feeling. Rosweiss. So Rimuru, have you finally decided? Rimuru. Decided on what exactly? I was confused, but then she grabbed my hand and pulled it to her pregnant stomach till I realized what she meant. Rosweiss. Have you thought of a name of our child yet? Rimuru. Actually I did. Rosweiss. Really? What's it gonna be the name of our soon-to-be daughter? My other wives were also curious to know till I said. Rimuru. Our soon-to-be child's name will be Mira. Mira Tempest. Rosweiss. Mira. What gave you the idea naming our child with that name? Rimuru. Let's just say I got the name from someone who professed themselves as the pupil of a wise man, so that's basically how I got name. Rosweiss. Well, Mira sounds like a lovely name, and my grandmother Gondel will be happy upon hearing the news that I'll be having a child. Oh, speaking about my grandmother, I haven't introduced her to you. We should make a date for you two to meet, so I should probably call her Rimuru. Alright, that will be grrg. I suddenly felt a feeling of pleasure from down below my manhood. I looked down and surprised to see Milona as she was bubbling her head up and down while sucking me off. She turned her eyes to mine, grinning upon looking me, feeling pleased from her. Milona immediately stopped what she was doing as she felt an aura of killing intent from behind her. She turned to see Seal, Tiamat, Yusaka and Rosweiss were glaring at her. Milona. Oh shit. The one with the most intense aura is Seal, as she was staring down Milona from her glowing red eyes. Seal. Seal. So you have chosen death. A foolish move, taking my master all to yourself, you bitch. Yusaka. I think we should give her a proper punishment for trying to get ahead of us on pleasing her husband. Rosweiss. Agree. Tiamat. I couldn't agree more. Tiamat cracked her knuckles as flames cover around her face. Yusaka made foxfire surrounding around her. Rosweiss made multiple different kinds of a magic circle, and Seal had black flames in one hand and in the other black lightning, then combining the two make a deadly force of nature. Milona. Can we at least talk about this? The four of them. No. Milona. Well, in that case, you never take me alive. A fierce battle commenced in the private bath, everything being damaged and being destroyed. It's basically a warfare that you probably wouldn't want to get involved. Aside from my wife's behaviors, and I'm planning on getting involved to stop them from causing too much trouble. Rimuru. Sai, looks like I had to step in and put a stop to them before they will destroy this entire place. Time skip brought to you by. We all left the private bath and we were in there about 3 or 4 hours, and all of my wives look satisfied and pleased. How I stopped them from killing each other and calming them down, well, you'll probably guess on how, but I'll leave that to your imagination. We went to one of the rooms where Yukio put the kids at. As we enter the room, seeing Rimuru, Arashi and Sue were playing with each other. Rimuru. Hey, you three were here. They noticed us and they all ran hugging me and I hugged them back. Rimuru. Seems like you three were having fun while we were gone. Rimuru. Yeah, we have fun, Papa. Arashi. I had fun too with my little brother and Sue. Sue also have fun with my friends. Rimuru. Well, I'm glad to hear you three had fun. Well, since we're here, how about I'll tell you three a story? Rimuru. A story? What kind of story are you gonna tell us, Papa? Rimuru. Well, this story I'm about to tell you kids is a fantasy story and it's one of my favorites. Seal. Also mine. Rimuru. So do you three want to hear the story? Rimuru. Arashizu. Yes. They sat on the floor and I also sat, so did the rest of my wives that wanted to listening in on the story, while they all cuddle and hugging me close. Rimuru. Alright, I'll get started. This story I'm about to tell you all, it's about that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Author. Thank you all for sticking around to the very end. See you all in my other stories, as this is the end of my first story. Male reader is Rimuru in Highschool DXD. The end.